Sistas has returned for part 2 of season 4 and to an interesting episode 12. But in this video, we're going to talk about episode 13 and give you the preview of what you can expect coming next. What's good, y'all? It's your good sister Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Sistas video. Now, I'm going to just jump right on into it because we got the smallest of small preview trailers at the end of the episode. Of course, I will keep you updated if we get a new trailer before next week's episode premieres. So be sure to keep it locked, hit that subscribe button, and join the tribe so that you don't miss out on any Sistas updates and or information. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So the start of this little preview trailer is with Hayden walking up on Andi at the law firm, and he's like, yeah, you probably gonna need to go get another assistant, you might want to get on that. He's feeling very smug, very arrogant, very Hayden-like, but you know what, I'm not tripping, I'm not worried, because Fatima is gonna be good. She did not care when she was getting arrested. She was just like, okay, this is what you think, this is what, okay, they hear from me, okay, bet, hands behind my back, okay, cool, I'm gonna walk out with them. But I will be back, ho. I will be back. And that was all the information and the confirmation that I needed. So, Hayden, you can go ahead and peacock and parade around this law firm and think that you have gotten one up. Boy, your eyes still black from when she filleted you and put you in the hood of your car. But you want to keep playing these games. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. You wanna do it until you end up dead? That ain't that what she said? She said you was going to end up dead at the house with the bat, but you ain't believe her. You was too busy worried about your little Ring cameras and all the cameras that you had because you got it on tape, and now you pressing charges like a little hoe. Okay, cool. Enjoy your little moment in the sun, Hayden, because it will be very much so short-lived. Now, he is talking to Andi, and Andi is a known jumper to conclusion, a known worry wart, a known sis is not about that life. Andi is about champagne, nice clothes, fine fragrances, upper echelon living. Now she's penthouse life. She's not about that roll up on nobody. She's not about that jail life. She's not about the fight. So of course, Hayden coming to her is going to wind up being a little thing. Now, I ain't tripping about it in the audience, but y'all can go ahead and trip if y'all want to with Andi, because Andi is definitely going to trip. Is she going to be able to help? No, but she's definitely going to trip. She's going to be so worried, and this is the type of stuff that people like Hayden get off on, which is why he went to her immediately to tell her that. He is a type of narcissistic, evil human being who just wants to see people squirm, who likes to be, have the feeling of being comfortable and in control and able to dangle the will of somebody else over, somebody. And it's really honestly very disgusting. Like, the men in this series, some of them, because not all of them, they do a much better job than Bruh does of depicting black men, and the myriad and the variety of black men that they are. But Hayden and Gary, they are at a race to the bottom. They are at a race to the pits of hell. And if I seen them in real life, I swear to God, I would want to square up. But that had nothing to do with this preview. Anyway, like I said, the preview starts with Hayden talking to Andi about, you're going to need to find a new assistant, which is basically just giving her the information that she needs to know. Andi's probably going to run her behind about this law firm and run to Fatima's aid, as she should. She needs to call Zach while she's on the way, as she should. And she's going to try to hold her down as best as she can. But Andi is a defense attorney. Andi is a divorce attorney, y'all. So we can't even expect for her to do that much, but she's going to try to be there. She's going to try to support, and she's going to have the oohs, ahs, and gas, and the cute looks. And you know what? I understand what Andi Lane is, and I'm appreciating her for who she is, and that's it. That's all. Now, by the looks of the trailer that we saw before episode 12 premiered, there's a moment where Zach actually comes up to the law firm and he tackles Hayden. So I also think that Andi probably not going straight to the jail to go see about Fatima, but she calls Zach immediately, and then that makes Zach come up to the law firm versus going straight to the jail. If it's one thing that Zach and Fatima going to do, it's they going to go start a fight before they go see about the person at jail. Like, Zach, why are you up here about to throw Hayden down these damn steps before you go and make sure, before you go and make sure that Fatima is good and got the bail that she needed and everything like that. Like, y'all, this is about to get real messy real quick. And you know what? We love it. Child. And then from there, y'all, we go to that daggone bank. I'm so over this bank and the work that they not doing up in that hole. But, you know, we saw in episode 12, Sabrina had a wonderful date with Bio. It is nothing that we thought. We was worried about him date raping her and all this other kind of stuff, getting her extra drunk and taking advantage of her. But turns out that he was the perfect gentleman. He had a couple smooth, little suave moves. So, okay, Bio, we off your head. Sabrina is still swooning the next day at work, and Bio actually sends her literally a ton of flowers, like a whole box truck full of flowers to the bank. Bio, what is she supposed to do with all these flowers at this daggone bank? It's not like she's an entrepreneur. She has her own office and she could just, you know, have flowers all flittering about as if that's her space. Like, we get it. It's cute and all, and keep doing it, but send it to her house. Like, golly. But, you know, Bio just gonna floss a little bit. Because we know, but Sabrina don't know. And we know because what? Because we read ericavane.com and we read the synopsis for the rest of the season. And we know, and your good sis Erica Vane broke it down for you as well right here on the channel. So you can get into that if you missed it. But we know that Bio is an African king and his money is mad long. Like long, like continental Africa long. Okay? And this is just a way for him to show his affections and to shower her in adoration and also flex a little bit, the same way that he allowed her to go check his bank account so that she could see all the money that he had. When you ain't slick, Bio, but you know, keep doing what you're doing. And Sabrina is falling right for it. She's like, this is the best date that I've ever had in my entire life. She's talking to Maurice about him the next day. But, you know, we can't just have the little fantasy moment for a hot second. We can't even just allow Sabrina to enjoy the date and the good feelings that she feels and being in something that feels a little bit closer to home in reference to dating, because Calvin was completely outside her comfort zone. Because Calvin shows up at the bank with his goofy ass. Y'all, Calvin, if you really want this woman, then what exactly are you doing? Because this shucking and jiving that you're doing, this getting all big and bad, playing Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, one minute you want to be all tough, rough and tough in your Afro puffs, and in the next minute you want to be simping, and I hate using that word negatively, y'all, because I actually don't think there's anything wrong with a simp, but you want to be simping outside this damn bank talking about who sent you these flowers, they nice. Boy, if you don't go to hell and do so swiftly, like, what do you want, Calvin? Because every 5 seconds you turn around talking about you don't want Sabrina to Sabrina, but then you talking about you want Sabrina to Maurice, and then you pining after her, then you banging Peggy, then you doing the damn most. And enough is enough. It's hard. Life is hard. It is 2022. There's too much going on to be shucking and jiving with your ass. So listen, you know how they say shit or get off the pot? It's time for you to move on, because you was constipated, baby, and it wasn't coming. So that's a horrible, horrible metaphor. I'm sorry I put y'all through that, but y'all get what I'm saying. Because Calvin and Sabrina, they are probably at the top tier of my list of I don't give a damn anymore and I don't want to see it. Like, part of me would have loved to see what it would look like if they worked it out, but they don't even have a storyline where they're actually working it out. They're so combative with each other. They're so like vinegar and oil, and yes, sometimes opposites attract, but then other times opposites makes for a very explosive reaction, and ain't nobody got time for that. Needless to say, the rest of the season we are going to continue to see Calvin and Sabrina kind of dance around each other. However, Bio is applying pressure, and hopefully Sabrina is able to make strong, clear decisions from her own heart and her own mind, and not need the validation of her girlfriends, because girl, it's been 4 seasons now. It's time to learn and grow. Okay, let's get better. Moving on. In the trailer ends with our good sis Andi, child, because she wants to continue to play cat and mouse with Gary. She wants to enter into the manipulation Hunger Games because she thinks that she got something cooking for Gary. She believes that Gary is spying on her, but you still staying in this penthouse, girl. Okay. And then you going back and forth, and you trying to be coy about it. And Gary's calling your bluff like, yeah, Paris didn't stay there last night. When I tell y'all, I got so excited when she said Paris was coming over and then he didn't arrive. And I was just like, girl, don't get me excited like that. Like, why would you do that, Andi? But, you know, Gary's in his office and they on the phone and he's talking about, yeah, Paris wasn't over there, just like, oh boy ain't gonna be there, I'm calling your bluff, like, yada yada yada. And that makes Andi like really lean into like, yo, I think he's spying on me. So she's gonna call up El Fuego, who runs like a computer technology company, who can help scan her apartments to see if there's any bugs or whatever in there, right? I love that El Fuego is still a part of the conversation. I ain't even gonna hold you. Even if him and Danni don't work out or whatever, like, I love seeing him in the Sistas universe as well as in All the Queen's Men. So if this is gonna be the little storyline that pulls him back in, then I'm totally here for it. We saw in the preview that Gary was spying with a telescope. So I don't know if he actually does have cameras in there, but he does have a telescope because he has I think his office building is across the way from Andi's penthouse, so he can literally just look out his window with the telescope into her apartment. And child, Andi, what other information do you need to know? This man is crazy and you need to run far away. Like, I'm just not understanding why you can't get that fat meat is greasy. I almost forgot, y'all. We have a very, very tiny clip at the very end of the trailer with Karen and Aaron at the doctor's, where the doctor's like, oh, he's going to make a very good father. And Aaron's like, of course I will. Well, he didn't say that, but he's all like, got his chest poked out. And he's like, yeah, I know. And Karen's like, ma'am. But it cuts off before we can actually see her full response. And this just tells us that we're going to see a little bit more of this storyline in the episode. And I cannot wait, because all I really want in this life of sin is to know how far along Karen is, okay? Like, can we get a due date? How far along is she? What are we working with, Doc? Come on, give us all the tea that we could possibly get at this stage in her pregnancy. Thank you. But anyway, y'all, that is my preview for episode 13 from season 4 of Tyler Perry and BET Sistas. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What are you anticipating happening next week's episode? What are the storylines that you are most excited about? The characters that you are most excited about? Drop all that and more in the comment section down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you're not subscribed yet, what you waiting for, honey? Hit that subscribe button and join the tribe. Also, go ahead and give me 4 kiss emojis. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, drop a comment with 4 kiss emojis so I know that you're a real one, and I gotta show you some extra special real love. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.